On September 30, 2009, a strong earthquake occurred in the western part of Indonesia off the coast of Sumatra Island. The power of the tremors was 7.9 points. According to the agency, the tremors were felt hundreds of kilometers from the epicenter, in Singapore, Kuala Lumpur and Jakarta. In addition, several buildings, including a hospital, collapsed in Padang, the capital of West Sumatra province. Fires broke out in some of them, local television reported. The list of victims has already reached 200 people and may number in the thousands. This forecast was made the day after the tragedy, on October 1st, by the head of the Crisis Center of the Ministry of Health of Indonesia, Rustam Pakaya. Please like this video and subscribe to this new channel, and you will see many more interesting and useful things. According to eyewitnesses and reports from the city of Padang, located close to the epicenter of the tremors, the earthquake destroyed and damaged hundreds of houses, including hotels. About 500 buildings went underground. Several bridges were destroyed. Many of the destruction caused fires. Electricity and water supply were also disrupted. Water from burst water pipes flooded several streets of the city. The infrastructure of Padang International Airport was also damaged. Padang, with a population of 900,000 people, is the largest in the province of West Sumatra. It is located 960 kilometers from the Indonesian capital, whose residents also felt the fluctuations in the soil. The earthquake was also felt in high-rise office buildings in Singapore and the Malaysian capital Kuala Lumpur. Australia, as a friendly country to Indonesia and its closest neighbor, is ready to provide all possible assistance in rescuing people and eliminating the consequences of the earthquake. This was stated by the Parliamentary Secretary for International Assistance Bob McMullen. Earthquake in Indonesia is a frequent occurrence. Earthquakes in Indonesia are a frequent occurrence. The country is located in the most seismically active zone of the planet and is part of the so-called Pacific Ring of Fire, a powerful tectonic fault. Every year, seismologists register about 7,000 earthquakes in Indonesia with a magnitude above 4.0 on the Richter scale. One of the most powerful tsunamis in world history was caused by the eruption of the Krakatoa volcano in Indonesia on August 26, 1883. In total, 295 towns and villages on the coasts of Java and Sumatra were swept off the face of the earth. More than 36,000 people died. Hundreds of thousands were left homeless, destroyed by the tsunami. On December 12, 1992, an earthquake measuring 6.8 on the Richter scale destroyed a significant part of the islands of Flores and Bali, located in Indonesia. The earthquake caused a tsunami with a wave height of up to 26 meters. 2,200 people died. On February 17, 1994, an earthquake with a magnitude of 7.2 occurred on the island of Sumatra, which resulted in numerous landslides. More than 200 people died. On October 7, 1995, an earthquake occurred on the same island. An earthquake of magnitude 7 destroyed about 10,000 houses, residential buildings, and public buildings. 200 people died. On February 18, 1996, an earthquake with a magnitude of 7.5 occurred, the epicenter of which was located in the Pacific Ocean, about 110 kilometers east of Biak Island. The earthquake and tsunami killed 100 people. On November 30, 1998, an earthquake measuring 7.6 on the Richter scale occurred in the Moluccas. Its epicenter was located near the Indonesian island of Munggul, 2,000 kilometers from Jakarta. Over 1,000 houses and residential buildings were destroyed. About 50 people died. On June 4, 2000, an earthquake occurred on the island of Sumatra with a magnitude of 7.9 on the Richter scale. 60 people became victims of the disaster. At the end of December 2004, the most powerful earthquake in the last 40 years occurred in South and Southeast Asia. On December 26, 2004, an earthquake measuring 8.9 on the Richter scale was recorded in the waters of the Indian Ocean near the northern part of Sumatra Island. At about 8 o'clock, another 7.3 magnitude was recorded northeast of the island. Then, within an hour, a series of aftershocks with a force of about 6 points were recorded, heading in a wave from the island of Sumatra towards the Andaman Islands in India. The tremors recorded on December 27 and 29 caused a tsunami. The tsunami caused the greatest damage to settlements located on the coasts of India, Indonesia, mainly in Aceh province, and Sri Lanka. The death toll was at least 225,000, and 166.3 thousand people died in Indonesia itself, including tourists who were at resorts. The total number of victims is about 2.2 million people. 1 million people were left homeless. On March 28, 2005, an earthquake measuring 8.7 on the Richter scale killed 1,300 people on the islands of Nias and Simelu near Sumatra. On May 27, 2006, an earthquake struck the central part of the Indonesian island of Java. The number of earthquake victims reached 6,000 people. According to estimates by the United Nations Children's Fund UNICEF, up to 20,000 people were injured in the disaster-stricken Yogyakarta Special District, and more than 100,000 were left homeless. In the capital of the Special District, the city of Bantul, 2,400 people were killed and up to 80% of houses were destroyed. On July 17, 2006, a tsunami hit the southern coast of the Indonesian island of Java. According to various estimates, from 600 to 650 people died from the disaster, 120 were missing. 1,800 residents of the coast were injured. The natural disaster left 47,000 people homeless.